This is your chance to open up for questions, challenges, conversation. What has been your biggest takeaway from today's wealth principle? Wealth principle 13, build a contagious message around your marketing and your business. Or what is an experience that you have seen this work? I love getting stories that have worked for you and your business or other people's business. So open the mic. First to unmute wins. Yes, life is a competition. There's 71 of you on the call. So only the probably first 3 to 5 will actually get something to say in the next 15 minutes. And we got our millionaire coaches. This is your opportunity, huge opportunity, a challenge. Take it now. Go. Kevin Ferrer. Let's give him a round of applause. Another week in a row.
I just want to really reiterate the importance of aligning yourself with the community. It may not even be this one, but finding one. Because again, it's not easy, but it's simple. That's what it is. It's not easy, but it's simple. And to be able to have the leverage that is giving just in this community it's insane. And again, the energy is like ridiculously contagious. I understand the marketing, but again, that could be a form of marketing as well, right? Just like being able to, radiate that energy to someone can really just make some changes in anyone's life. So thanks, Walter. Thanks, everybody on here. Another week. Appreciate all of you guys. Thank you.
Let's give Kevin Ferrer a round of applause. He runs our wholesaling mastermind every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. You can jump in the calls. Point you just made, the reason this community is so badass is 2 years ago, I said, I only attract the best people. I only attract motivated people. I only attract abundant mindseted people and people who care about each other and people who want to grow with each other, people who are seeking to become millionaires. It was part of the messaging. It's a very polarizing message. If I say this to people in Walmart or the grocery store, they're going to tell me that I'm a complete asshole. Why? It's only about money on the call? No, it's not only about money. Like clearly we talk a lot about mindset and family and, doing things for others. But yeah, money is a qualifier. If you tell me you don't want to get rich, you don't want to make $1 million, we got a problem. So put that in your marketing, right? If the worst client, if you don't want to talk to negative people when building your business, say that. I only work with good people, right? Don't say I don't want to talk to negative people. That's a bad affirmation. But say I only work with good people. I only work with people I like. I only serve a community that I can enjoy being around. I only serve a community that I could go to lunch with, that I could enjoy hanging out by the pool with, that like we're doing at Mission of Millions, I could go to Disneyland with and hang out with, right? Hands to the camera if you get this. Kevin, awesome point. Next question. Let's go. Let's bring it up to the coaches. Mitch Jorsky was just on. I totally forgot to bring up Mitch Jorsky last week. So, that was fun. We have 500 people on that TikTok. That was cool.
I pop up when there's questions to answer, which is, something that people should really pay mind to. Those that step up and ask questions in the after hours here on Saturday literally end up getting free coaching, because what happens is you guys and myself can't help but over deliver. So next thing you know, it's just like, all right, guys, we have to stop because we literally just did a one-on-one coaching session with 70 people watching. So it happens every single Saturday. And that's why he's like, we're going to be done at 11. And it's like 11:30 and we're still going. I would say, don't be afraid to ask that question so you can be the person that essentially is in the hot seat, which is a good thing. But as far as this week's wealth principle, everything that is about that book and the principle that Walter talked about is on point. But there's people like me who are ambitiously lazy and instead go with the hack. And that's, I'm not going to build something contagious. I'm just going to go into an industry that's contagious on its own. Hashtag cryptocurrency. So all I have to say is crypto, and that's it. That is contagious. So maybe that's the easy way out, but there's, multiple ways to skin a cat, so to speak, to use that old school term. And I personally do it with crypto because that alone is contagious. And for you guys that do not know anything about crypto yet, I do a free call every Tuesday at 7. So teach newbies. You can find that on Alchemist Nation. I can drop a link into the chat, or you can go on Alchemist Nation events and get some crypto knowledge, so you at least don't feel lost in this new magic internet money. But that's my 2 cents. So like I said, ask questions. This is your opportunity.
Let's give Mitch Jorsky a round of applause. That was, by the way, clever, super clever. That's one of the key triggers, is practical value, news you can use, useful things you could share, or it's something that is hot at the time. Building or marketing your business. There are so many companies right now, normal companies, that are like, hey, I haven't seen anybody do this. Okay, this is a great one. Somebody gets an NFT for booking an appointment with you. NFTs, by the way, cost nothing. Like they're like literally, they cost almost nothing to create if you do it the right way. I mean, if you're on Ethereum, you're going to pay gas fees, but You can create an NFT for somebody who books an appointment with you. Says, I got my house, I got submitted an offer, I got verified. There's a lot of things you can do right now to tie into the cryptocurrency. Hey, I'm going to send you crypto if you book an appointment with me, right? There's so many things that you can do to catch on to things that are hot at the moment. What else? Questions, challenges, comments? Julie Bradley, you're up.
I want to encourage anyone that has any social anxieties about asking questions in a, group setting or commenting, and encourage to have them do so, because that's what's given me my social currency, is opening up, unmuting the mic, heart beating, just getting it out there, working through the fear. It absolutely has assisted me in working with my clients. I feel much more comfortable talking to strangers. I feel much more able to communicate. So use this platform, guys, unmute the mic, talk to us, even if it's something you fear, because you will benefit from it.
I love it. Let's give Julie Bradley a round of applause. She has built a powerful business from unmuting the microphone and adding value to our community. She's quick, she's efficient, and she's smart. She knows what she's saying, she's about, and she knows how to add value to this community every time. Hands can't have seen that to be true. Every time Julie gets on, you're like, hell yeah, I love what she's saying. That's a clever woman. And so her business is growing. There was something that came to me a few seconds ago, was that the mentorship has built some of the most amazing men and women that I have ever gotten to work with. Like, the people who've come through the mentorship are the people you see on the screen right now. Like, these men and women get to market themselves here because I like them. That's truly, purely the reason, because I like them, I know them, I trust them. They've done amazing things in their own businesses. They're doing amazing things for the people in their lives. They're moral, they're ethical, they do things legally. This is a good group of people for me to promote and share people with out in the world. Hence, can't forget this. Now, at this point, we're bringing everybody into the room. I don't know about the rest of these people, right? They haven't been through the mentorship. They haven't gone through the process. They haven't gone through our 8 weeks and read our foundational 5 books and done the homework and had conversations with each one of the coaches. Hands to the camera if you know, like, it's a different crowd. It's a different room, right? So for anybody who wants to learn about the mentorship, how to get in, Derek Neal or Mark Duzwa are great conversationalists. If Derek and Mark, you guys can drop your Calendly links and just book some calls with people this week. Hands to the camera if it's okay. I'm sorry, this is just for Derek and Mark. Derek and Mark, you guys are okay with having conversations with people this week? Let them know about your experience in the mentorship. Awesome. Excellent. Can I get a woman volunteer in case they're intimidated by these two guys? Which woman is willing to have conversations? Annie Santana and Jen Sullivan. Awesome. So if you want to have a conversation, ask about the mentorship, find out what's involved, how it works, what it costs. Talk to one of these people. They will not pressure you to buy. They're going to qualify and see if you're worth bringing in. Hence to camera if you understand how that works. Hell yeah. All right, let's give these guys a round of applause. Thank you so much for donating your time to having these conversations. I want to open it up. Questions, challenges. What is going on in your world? Jen Sullivan, you're up.
I just wanted to add to the love here, but one of my favorite things about this community, well, probably my favorite things about this community is, as you were saying, Walter, like getting your head right, getting your attitude right, serving the right people, hanging out in the right rooms with awesome people is what's going to get you ahead, what's going to get you the money, right? That's what comes as a result of it. But as far as being contagious, like Kevin said, that's contagious. I love the idea that you were talking about, not just being contagious to, the person in your marketing that you're speaking to, but also how can you serve them? How can you serve the people they know? And the way we do it here is moral, ethical, legal. It's just people with really, really big hearts who want to see each other succeed. And that is what the world needs. Voicing themselves, going out there with a message about serving and caring and making the world a better place. That's the contagious thing. And that's the thing that I'm most excited about this group.
Hell yeah. And there's a gap in the market. There's so many negative Nellies out there. It's so easy to stand out right now by preaching and saying, hey, look, life can be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I don't notice because I'm so focused on what I'm building, on how many people I'm helping, how much I'm serving, that when I stub my toe, I'm like, but look at how amazing it is. I live in Florida. I have a community of over 200 beautiful souls who are serving, caring about each other, doing deals together, building each other's businesses, and like sharing their wealth and knowledge with other people. Answer the camera if you know that. That's inspiring. Come on, run a business like that and you'll never feel like you're working. That's what we're talking about. Look, Do I love real estate? I couldn't give a shit. I wouldn't care if I was selling real estate or if I was selling Kit Kat bars. I care about the people. I care about the community I'm working with. I care about the people that we're working with every single day. And real estate, I'm just really good at, right? I just got really, it's like simple to me. Building coaching programs, I got really good. Building websites, got really good. I brought people smarter than me.
So Walter, is buying the business something that we're going to work on?
Oh yeah, man.
What do you
We've
think?
been buying businesses.
I know that
Let's do it.
that's what I'm saying. I know that we've always talked about that as well, right? Just being able to incorporate real estate is definitely a focal point with the group. But again, it's not the only thing, like you always say, you know, but to have something that is cash flowing like that with some real estate, that's insanely powerful. But again, there are some different nuances when it comes to buying a business versus the building itself. What would you say would be some of the biggest differences?
Yeah, and I love that question, Kevin, because that's actually why we started the 52 Weeks of Wealth. The 52 Weeks of Wealth was not built for real estate investors. It got modified. It got watered down for real estate investors. Hands to the camera if that's an interesting thing to think about. It was originally built for business owners. It was originally built to grow income. That was the play. We've shifted it over. We started talking a lot more about net worth because that's what our community wanted. Hands to camera if it's okay to adjust to your community. Do what your people want, to serve in the way that they want to be served. Absolutely. Like, we're real estate investors. It's how we built a lot of our wealth, but our cash flow has always come from our businesses. And that's where, that's why we built the 52 Weeks of Wealth was, hey, you need a cash flow system to buy real estate. When you have a boatload of cash coming in, it's really easy to buy a boatload of real estate. Hands can't catch this. So Kevin's question was, what is the big difference between real estate and business? How you evaluate the deal. That's the only difference. Like what you look at the metrics. It's like looking at a multifamily versus a single family. There's a lot of things different about those two asset classes. Business is the same way. It's just how we evaluate a business versus how we evaluate a commercial property versus a assisted living home or a new development or a piece of land. Like, each one of these is just a different business model within real estate. Outside of real estate, each business has its own set of models. There's marketing agencies, there's sales companies, there's products, there's services, there's information products. There's a lot of different businesses out there, but the structure of how business runs, all the same, which is why the 52 Weeks of Wealth works for it. The evaluating per deal, that's where the specialized knowledge comes in. That's where the have 3 coaches, 2 mentors, 1 mastermind kind of philosophy starts working, is when you're looking for that specialized knowledge to go deep and make sure things are done properly. Hence, can't forgetting this. Kevin, yeah, we were buying businesses this year. We've been buying businesses. We've been partnering, we're building. All of the millionaires all the multimillionaires in the room have acquired businesses. They've either built them or they've acquired or they've partnered with them. And that's how we get to that next level, is through business acquisitions, whether we're building, partnering, or building strategic relationships. So yeah, one more round of applause for Kevin. That's phenomenal awareness. And that is part of getting to that next level. Awesome. What else? What other challenges, questions? I see Ken Walls on the call. I see Dr. Terry Wager. You guys, in a minute or less, because some of you are a little long-winded. Ken Walls, just go ahead, brother. Ken is a digital marketer, so this is like the worst one to bring him on. Contagious Marketing. Ken, if you can, in 30 minute or less, share your take on this. And by the way, for everybody who doesn't know, Ken will be a speaker at the 100 Millionaire Summit. He is a friend of Grant Cardone's, friend of Mark Victor Hansen, friend of now Vinny Chopra, Rami El Batrali. He connected me with who's the guy who wrote the book Blue Fishing? Steve Sims. Bob Berg. If it wasn't for Ken, I wouldn't have had all these relationships. So let's give Ken Walls a round of applause. Great conversation.
I'm just listening and putting movie quotes in the chat. I'm just hanging out, man. I have nothing to say, honestly.
Let's give Ken Walls a round of applause. He's amazing. If you want to see him live, you're going to have to go to the 100 Millionaire Summit. Get your tickets now because they are filling up quick. And also, we're going to have all the VIPs. We're going to have lunch with Ken Walls. We're going to have some time to pick his brain, ask him some questions. Hands to Ken, if you know, that's extremely valuable. You know how the secret, how I got him there? Ken always says yes to free food. He's like, yeah, as long as it's vegan, because Mike Shine won't let him eat meat.
Well, that's been a huge game changer for me. I mean, huge. If you're not vegan, talk to Mike. It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Let's give Ken Walls one more round of applause. Dr. Terry Wager. Contagious Marketing and getting the money.
I like this idea with contagious marketing because the reality is that we human beings are impressionable people. And one of the things that's going to happen to us is we're going to gravitate towards something, We all do. It's in our DNA to move towards something. And so if you're visible, if you're able to put a message together that is attractive, you're going to attract people. The problem is that our heads are very, very attraction oriented too. And in our head is our protection. And so a lot of times we get attracted to all of the negativity in the world, all of the noise in the world. And so that's one of the biggest reasons that Jonah Berger's book is so important, is to really get a hold of how you're coming across. Because a lot of times we're not even aware of our own negativity. We're not aware of how we're actually turning people off or scaring them or using fear. And the reality is fear really attracts people. It's one of the biggest things in personal development that people do to get you to buy from them. And the reality is sometimes we need to actually point to those things that we are afraid of and say, hey, do you want this to happen to you? No? Well, then take this action. And so we want to really think about how we are being contagious. We want to think about being intentional with our contagion, so to speak. We want to think about how we move forward or move the people forward in our lives that we're trying to help. How are we being negative and moving them towards something that doesn't work for them? Or are we being contagious in a way that actually helps them move forward? And that's what I really get out of the book Contagious, is how do I want to affect people? How do I want to infect people? Because contagion, it's infectious.
Let's give Dr. Tara Wager a round of applause. That's a cool mic drop. I love it because we think about it all the time. Ron and I for years have run a media company, a marketing company, behind the scenes, or I guess it's in front of the scenes of everybody, but that's been our driving main focus. And what message we put out has always been a major concern, because we know it's so easy just to put out a fear tactic message. Like if you put out a message about, hey, have you been broke? Do you hate not having money? Like people are just like, yep, that's me. Like they tune in immediately. If you put a picture of somebody losing their house, like sad, emotion, like they're addicted to pain. Like they can't help it. It's the reticular activator is always looking for issues and challenges. But for us as a company, we've made the decision to always put out a positive message from the first second to the end. And that is a difficult strategy to implement, because you have to think a little harder, right? You don't just stop at the easiest thing to market. And scam if you catch this. But it's worth it. It's worth it because what you create is people who are instantly attracted to an already existing mindset, instantly attracted, seeking out this type of conversation immediately. If they see the message of the pain, they're like, oh my God, another one. So it's about like really being okay with, maybe you're working with fewer people, but they're higher quality, and just driving in that direction of quality over quantity. Now, on our mission to build millionaires, obviously, we have to bring in a certain amount of quality of volume before we can get to the purification process. 80-20, 80% will take 3 to 5 years. 20% may crush it in a year. Hence, scam if that's just numbers, right? It's like, whatever. If we want to hit those numbers, we got to go big. That's why we're putting 1,000 people at the summit. What else? Challenges, questions, comments? This is your opportunity. You got all the millionaires on the call. Sharon, what's up, girl?
Good morning, everyone. This is a question about the affiliate program. Can I ask this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great.
I will sell, love selling, love paying people, whatever we're about to talk about, I'm about it.
In regards to the affiliate program, if I were to send somebody and they join, let's say I get the money, and then later on they're on and they do something else, will I still get credit for anything else they do, or is it just the one thing that they click with me? Could you please?
Everything we sell has a link. You'd have to be the source creator of that link. Like say, for instance, I mentioned get the money today. So if you have a conversation with somebody and sell get the money with your link, you closed. It's all about who brought them across the threshold. Just because I talked about it today doesn't mean they're going to go to the website and buy right now. Too many people procrastinate. The key strategy that we identified for our affiliates is just contact them, have the conversation, be like, yo, like, what do you think about that conversation he had? Let's buy. What's stopping you from moving into it?
Yeah, that's not what I'm asking. Great clarification on that, though. Let's say
You're saying, do they automatically follow that person all the way through?
Yeah, if they go join other products, that's what I'm wondering.
If they bought in the same acquisition, same time frame, same game. Like they're on the website in that moment, just like Amazon affiliates. If they're buying in that like whatever 20-minute section that they're buying and clicking, yes. But if they've closed their web or they've logged out, their API isn't trackable anymore, then that is gone. That's in the past.
So they literally have to click my link in order to join a particular class. Okay.
It's very specific. Yeah, unfortunately, it's the same thing with Amazon affiliates. It's a very specific. It just means deeper relationships, right? More phone calls, more texts, more conversations with people. It's definitely not designed to just hit your list. It's definitely not designed to just email everybody and say, hey, show up. And if you buy something later on, I make money too. It really is about encouraging people to go have those conversations with their friends and say, hey, I was at the room with you, you were at the room. What'd you think about it? I've already taken that program. I can give you my personal experience and just be honest, right? It's really a sales position more than a marketing position, I guess. Sharon, great question. Let's give Sharon Mendez a round of applause. I think that was a good qualifier.
I could say
clarity for everybody.
One of the things that I encourage people is don't worry so much about the affiliate money, because the affiliate money is like, it's tripping over dollars to pick up pennies. What the real game is bringing people who you think could benefit from this group, who you think could really get something out of the friendship and the relationships in this group. And so if you think that there's somebody that could benefit from a message, from a relationship, from just being around good people, then we want to see them in there. And if you bring them in through your link, you'll get a little bit of money. But the reality is when they're in this group for a while and you're in this group for a while, you're going to build relationships that you're going to end up doing deals with. And that's the bigger thing. That's really the importance of what this group is all about. And one of the things I see with a lot of groups, and I'm in a lot of them, I'm in Ken's, I'm in Gwalter's, I'm in 2 or 4 20 others. When we get into the affiliate stuff and we start worrying about affiliate, it starts to become very transactional and we start to lose that piece of the relationship. And so I want to encourage everybody in here, if you know somebody and you have a link, give it to them, but don't worry about the damn money. Worry about bringing people in who are going to get something good in here, because that's what it's all about. I have had relationships and business stuff with a number of people in here, and I've connected people to other money deals in here without getting a damn thing out of it, because I want to see them grow. My bank account's going to do what my bank account's going to do. My financial future is based on my work. But if I'm sitting there worrying about getting an affiliate fee all the time, I'm looking at the wrong damn thing.
Let's give Dr. Terry Wager a round of applause. That is such a good reminder. It's about finding people you want to work with and bringing them up and giving them the opportunity. In fact, affiliate marketing is exactly like that. Like Ken Walls the other day gave me a link to a program that I ended up buying. And then Vinny Chopra was asking me about that program. And I was like, I want to sign up, send me your affiliate link. And I was like, dude, I'm not sending you mine. I'm sending you Ken Walls' affiliate link.
Made me a couple grand on that too.
Yeah, but let's give Ken Walls a round of applause, man. I was like, I want Ken Walls to know that I'm sending his affiliate link, right? So I texted Ken, I was like, hey, I sent Vinny your affiliate link. I want to make sure it worked out. Just double check, right? Even if Vinny doesn't buy it, Ken knows I'm hunting for him, right? I'm serving him. I'm giving him value. I don't worry about the commission unless the funnel is so big. I got so many people that are going through that at that point, it's like, okay, you know what? I probably should have a conversation. This is a business model. Let me talk about customer service and how I can make sure that if I'm doing affiliates with this person, they're getting served.
Ken's got his hand up.
Yeah, Ken. And
may I piggyback on that for 120 seconds or less?
That's 2 minutes, bro.
72.
I developed a friendship and a relationship with Grant Cardone because I gave to him without worrying. When I started working on his website, developing his SEO and everything else I was doing, he was worth about 100 million at the time. And I sat in his office with him for 3 hours. He coached me for 3 hours. And then I said, dude, I'll do your SEO and stuff for free. It was $10,000 a month deal. And I did it for free in exchange for some things he was doing, putting me out there. I don't worry about the money. I worry about the value I'm delivering to clients. And then the money shows up because they're like, holy crap, this is unbelievable. Let me pay you for that. So that's all I wanted to say. Is, again, I'm an Amazon influencer. I have the blue check mark on Facebook, on Amazon. And I'm not bragging. I'm saying I have that because that's what I focus on, is helping other people grow in their life and in their mission. And when I do that, the money freaking shows up. I have Gwalter sending me clients. I mean, dude, that paid like $1,900 what Vinny did. And I was like, damn, Walter, keep sending my link out, bro.
You're welcome, Ken. Sent with blessings. Let's
Thank
give
you,
Ken
bro.
Walls a round of applause. Mike Shine, I saw your hand, brother. And that, Damian, Sandra, I see yours as well.
I just wanted to say if you're listening to this whole program, you're saying, well, that's wonderful for influencers like Walter and Ken Walls, but for me, and this subject doesn't apply to you. I'll tell you, I was in that position because I'm an attorney, and nobody ever told me when I went to law school that I was going to be a salesperson or any of this stuff. But what has become abundantly clear in the last couple of years is that people want to hear from me and people want to communicate with me. And so with the help of Walter and Ken Walls and the other coaches, Terry and Mitch, I have now gotten used to being online and doing things to become contagious. If you're sitting back saying this is for somebody else, you might want to take a second look at that, because this type of stuff is for everybody, no matter what business you're in, what you're trying to do. You're going to create some social currency if you get out there and talk. And even though my wife always says, oh, it's easy for you, it wasn't easy. I mean, it's, you get out there and you do it. And hopefully you jump in with some really good coaches like Walter and Ken, and they'll help you along the way. So that's what I got to say. Thanks.
Give Michael Shine a round of applause. Michael Shine's like on a whole bunch of podcasts now. He's just started so much. He's on TikTok. He's on Instagram. I saw his reels come up the other day. I texted him. I was like, Mike, damn. Like, you're all over the place. 2 years ago, I had to tell him, I was like, Mike, we need a picture of you on Facebook that is actually a picture of you. Right now, it's like a picture of your wife. He's just come so far, and it's because he cares about serving. He cares about making sure that people understand how to build wealth. And the hardest, like the biggest barrier to entry is that people don't know who to ask. And so that's what me and the other coaches have been working on, is making ourselves more available, making it easier. Now, if you do text me and ask me for a one-on-one call, I'm gonna tell you no. Like, I just don't do one-on-one calls. But come to the 52 Weeks to Wealth. Come to the Wednesday calls. You've got access to us here on Saturday mornings. Answer the camera if that makes sense. You gotta get your time right. You gotta get efficient. If you've been in the mentorship, you got a different opportunity, because you and I have already chatted via text. You and I already have my cell phone, so you can text me anytime. Answer the camera if that's cool value. That we still do that. Awesome. Excellent. Who put their hand up first? Was it Sandra or Damien?
So no, I just wanted to say something about, giving stuff for free. So I had like two areas where I actually just gave for free, and like magic just happened. So my deal that I'm working on with Georgia, it was just somebody in a group that found a deal that he thought he could do some creative financing with, subject to, and just needed some help. So, I'm like, yeah, I'll help you. And then we got on the phone, and then, he was talking about, hey, I think I want to wholesale this thing. And I'm like, you know what, let me just jump on the call with your seller. And I might even be a buyer for you, So I wound up just buying him the deal, buying the deal for myself, giving him a kind of a bird dog fee of not, a couple $1,000. That's one. And number two is somebody else was asking about help for creative finance and subject to. So I went on a seller appointment with her, right? It was 15 minutes from my house. The guy was like really receptive, but it didn't work out because his loan was 15 years, very high payment, in the negative cash flow for a couple of years. But anyways, built the relationship with her. Come to find out, she has over $350,000 cash sitting in the bank, and just needs help like investing it. So potentially she's going to be a lender like in the future for some deals. If I ever need cash and I stop doing the creative stuff and getting subject to, maybe I'll actually need cash. But still, it's like you build. It's crazy. Like, if you just help people answer questions, how receptive they are. And like, if you have like a good personality or people like working with you, they'll just come back to you with stuff like, hey, guess what? Look at my bank account. It has $350,000 in there. I didn't ask her that at all. She just offered that information up to me. We've went out to dinner a couple of times. She met my whole team. It was just that kind of relationship. So yeah, so I really believe in just, pushing it out there. And I think people know, Ron, for example, like today, I was just talking to him about stuff, just helping him out. Not Ron Bowling, Ron C. I mean, I don't think I've ever talked to him before today, but yeah, that's how it is. And that's all I have to say.
Well, I've seen you guys talk on Alchemist Nation. So I've seen it in the comments, in the posts, like you've definitely given some advice. Give Damien a round of applause. He's a millionaire and a mentor on Alchemist Nation. There's a lot of really good chats going on out there. And I see Damien jump in every so often, just helping people out. So huge resource. Go ahead, Sandra. I see some chats asking for Larry. Who knows Larry? Damon, what's Larry?
Steinhaus. Larry
Steinhaus.
Drawing a blank. So he and I actually spoke yesterday. So he and I jumped on a call. We spoke for like an hour, and he's actually going to create a course for Alchemist Nation called Investor Schooling. And it's like kind of just a basic course. Now he does sell other programs like all the other coaches, but he asked if he could jump on and share a little bit about, miscommunication last week. It was a fun conversation. We chatted for about an hour. I got to learn about what he does. A super polarizing personality, for sure. When it comes to marketing message, totally polarizing. But yeah, when you get to have a conversation with him, he knows what he's talking about. So it was cool. It was I don't like to leave any bridge burned. If there's ever an opportunity to serve more people, build more millionaires, I'll give somebody a try, right? If they seem like they're willing to have that conversation. So it was cool. I was pleasantly shocked. Hands to camera, if you know, people will shock you. People will impress you. Sandra Scroy, go ahead.
I think the biggest thing that, Walter, you're talking about is keeping your standards high, because character and knowing about who yourself and who you are and what you have to offer and make sure that the people that you are offering it is, I think for a lot of people in this community, and the longer you're here, the more you take risks and you go out on a limb and you really go for your goals more courageously than you thought, and it builds a lot of character. So your standards grow, but with that, your integrity grows, your trust, your credibility, XYZ, whatever else you want to say. And so I think that's why when you say you're giving to people and that you want to make sure those people are, qualified, it's because you're a fountain and you want collaborative fountains with you. So
let's give Sandra Scroy a round of applause. So there is a lot of stuff going on in your world. Share it. This is one of the things that we discovered is a huge value to motivating people. There's 900 members on Alchemist Nation, but only about 200 of them contribute. Only about 200 make posts, but they're all reading the posts. What we identified for motivation is somebody has to see somebody else be successful in order for them to believe it's possible for them. Share your success stories. Also share your questions, because with the questions, other people are seeing things that they were afraid to ask. And again, if you know, people don't ask questions because they're afraid to ask questions, even though they know the answer is right there. It would be right there. Within an hour or two, we get to it. So be the one who's willing to go, even if you already know the answer, but you know it's a common question, be willing to go out and create that content. Be that person to say, hey, I want to hear somebody else's opinion on this. What do you think about this? Or if you just closed a flip, share your flip. If you just bought or acquired a piece of property, share your piece of property. If you have just lent your money with somebody and you're making a good return on investment, be willing to share those posts. Like not just with one person, but put it out on Alchemist Nation so that other people can be inspired to believe it's possible for them also. Hands to camera if that's easy enough to do. It's social media, but for real estate investors. It's easy enough to go on and share some of your success. And Sandra, if you traveled all across the world and you're now living in Spain, which was your dream to become a sculptress, then share your story with us. It's been a year. We're very interested to hear. What else? We got 4 minutes left before we jump off. I see George White is on here, Ken Walls, Diana, Derek, Sharon, Julie, Josh, Nancy, Kevin, Terry, Felly, Deborah, Mitch, Mark, Vincent, Jennifer, Tom, Michael, Roger, Damien. all you beautiful faces on the camera. Thank you for turning your cameras on, for having so much fun with us this week. Next week, we're going to talk about Wealth Principle 14. Wealth Principle 14, if you go to the 52 Weeks to Wealth on Alchemist Nation, is focus on the 80-20 principle in sales and marketing. Hence the camp, if you know, this month we're talking sales and marketing, 80-20, do the right activities. So we're going to show you how to cut out the crap and only leave the gold in your business so that your time is not wasted anymore. It's just moving faster, moving forward. Go ahead, Jen. No, we 80-20 this week, didn't we? Yeah, you're unmuted, girl. It's all good. So go to alchemistnation.com, make a post. And if you have Facebook and you got value out of this principle today, here's my challenge to you. Turn your Facebook on right after, as soon as we hang up, pull out your phone, turn your Facebook on, go to the live button, make a live post, and share your biggest takeaway from this principle. Share your biggest takeaway with this principle and do what I did. Teach the principle in a way that talks about your business. That's kind of, if you understand, that's how you do it, right? Teach the principle, but talk about how it ties into your business. And whatever campaign you committed to doing, talk about it today. That accountability is going to make sure that you go and get it done. And also by doing a Facebook Live, more people are going to know about your business. Also by doing a Facebook Live, more people are going to come into this community. When they show up, if they're a friend of yours, make sure they use your link. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best. I appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.